Europe is often perceived as one of the safest continents for travel, boasting a rich tapestry of cultures, histories, and landscapes. However, like any region, some countries and areas within them are considered more dangerous due to various factors such as crime rates, political instability, or other safety concerns. You must have heard the names of such European countries where there is no face of crime, but every coin has two sides, as we are showing you in today's video. Top 10 dangerous countries in Europe in 2024. Here's an in-depth look. We are highlighting the factors that contribute to their higher risk profiles and offering practical advice for travelers. But before starting the video, I want to request you, we put our best efforts to create our every single video. So please don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Let's start. Number 10, Serbia. Serbia is home to beautiful natural landscapes, including mountains, rivers, and national parks. The country's most famous natural landmark is the Javalja Varos, a unique rock formation. Serbian cuisine is known for its delicious meat dishes, cheese, and pastries. The population of Serbia was 6.66 million in 2023, compared to 7.17 million a decade earlier. While generally safe, Serbia has areas that travelers should be cautious about due to political instability and crime. The country is rich in history and culture but has faced challenges that impact safety. Political demonstrations, particularly in Belgrade, can sometimes turn violent and disrupt public order. Petty theft and scams are common in tourist areas, with occasional violent incidents. Travel advice. Avoid political demonstrations and follow local news. Be aware of your surroundings, especially in crowded areas. Keep valuables secure and be cautious with strangers. Number 9, Moldova. Moldova is best known for its wine. This is why you will find a lot of wineries in this country. The place is also famous for religious buildings and institutions like churches and monasteries. The population of Moldova was 2.54 million in 2023, compared to 2.87 million a decade earlier. So did you pay attention to the matter? Like our previous country Serbia, the population of Moldova is also decreasing. Moldova is one of Europe's lesser visited countries and has various safety issues, including political instability and crime. This is Transnistria, a region of Moldova, but this breakaway region is not under Moldovan government control and can be unstable, with limited consular assistance available. Higher rates of petty crime and corruption can affect travelers, especially in the capital, Chisinau. Travel advice. Avoid the Transnistria region. Be vigilant in urban areas and avoid displaying wealth. Use official taxis and avoid walking alone at night. Number 8, Albania. Albania is known worldwide for its religious tolerance. The two main religions in Albania are Islam and Christianity, although Muslims make up more than half of the population. Albania is a country which really respects all religions. On January 2022, population of Albania was 2.79 million persons, and compared with the year 2011 has decreased by 3.9%. Albania is an emerging travel destination but has safety concerns in certain regions. While major cities and tourist areas are generally safe, some rural areas pose risks. Some areas are affected by organized crime, including drug trafficking and smuggling. Poor road conditions and driving standards can pose risks, particularly in rural areas. Travel advice. Avoid areas known for organized crime, such as certain parts of northern Albania. Exercise caution when driving and consider using reputable transport services. Stick to main roads and avoid driving at night. Number 7, North Macedonia. The capital city of Macedonia is Skopje, which is also the largest city in the country. Skopje is known for its beautiful Ottoman-era architecture, lively bazaars, and stunning views of the Vardar River. The total population in Macedonia was estimated at 1.8 million people in 2024, according to the latest census figures and projections from Trading Economics. Macedonia is generally safe but has areas with higher risks, particularly related to political instability and crime. Political demonstrations can occasionally turn violent, especially in the capital, Skopje. Petty crime, particularly in tourist areas, can be an issue. Organized crime groups are active, particularly in northern areas near the border with Kosovo. There are occasional shooting incidents, including in Skopje, but they are not targeted at foreign nationals. People sometimes fire guns when celebrating. Travel advice. Avoid large gatherings and political protests. Be cautious of pickpockets and scammers, especially in busy markets and tourist spots. Number 6. Kosovo. Kosovo, a landlocked country slightly larger than Delaware, is the smallest Balkan nation. About 40% of its land is covered by forest, and slightly more than half of its land is agricultural with a median age of 29.1 years. Kosovo has among the youngest populations in Europe. Projections show that Kosovo has over 1.5 million people. Kosovo is a relatively new country that has faced ethnic tensions and political instability. While generally safe for tourists, certain areas require caution. Periodic ethnic clashes and political disputes can lead to unrest, particularly in the northern regions. Higher levels of petty crime and some violent incidents, especially in the capital, Pristina. Travel advice. Avoid areas with known ethnic tensions, such as North Mitrovica. Stay in well-populated and monitored areas. Be aware of your surroundings and take standard precautions against theft. The safety level in Kosovo is fairly high for solo female travelers. Kosovo is currently ranked number 57 safest country for solo female travelers. Number 5. Bosnia and Herzegovina. For starters, it's one of the most ethnically and religiously diverse countries in Europe. Islam, Orthodox Christianity, and Roman Catholicism are widely practiced by Bosniaks, Serbs, and Croats. The country has a diverse landscape to match too, with a craggy mountainous heart, gold sand beaches, and dense forest. The 2023 population of Bosnia and Herzegovina was 3.7 million. While Bosnia and Herzegovina is generally peaceful, some areas pose risks due to the remnants of past conflicts and varying levels of crime. But you should be especially afraid of unexploded landmines in this country. Remnants from the 1990s conflict pose dangers in rural and remote areas, particularly in the mountains and forests. Petty crimes such as pickpocketing and occasional violent crime can affect travelers in urban areas. Travel advice. Stick to well-trodden paths and avoid areas known for landmine risks. Be cautious with personal belongings in cities like Sarajevo and Mostar. Use official taxis and avoid accepting rides from strangers. Number 4. Belarus. About 40% of Belarus is covered by forests. The country lies within two ecoregions, Sarmatic mixed forests and Central European mixed forests. Many streams and 11,000 lakes are found in Belarus. The population of Belarus was 9.26 million in 2023, compared to 9.44 million a decade earlier. Belarus has experienced political unrest and government crackdowns on protests, especially following the disputed 2020 presidential election. This has led to an unstable environment in certain areas. At the national level, Belarus has a robust legal framework regulating a variety of organized crime activities, including human trafficking, drug trafficking, and flora and fauna crimes. However, relevant legislations have not been implemented properly, rendering them ineffective in combating organized crime. The political climate has been tense, with frequent protests and demonstrations against the government. Travelers may be subject to increased government scrutiny and surveillance, particularly if engaging in political discussions or activities. Number 3. Turkey. Straddling Europe and Asia, Turkey faces unique safety challenges due to its geopolitical position. While major tourist areas are generally safe, certain regions and political issues pose risks. Due to terrorist attacks in Ankara and Istanbul, Turkey has become an increasingly dangerous country for travelers. With a global peace index rank of 145, visitors to the country should be aware of potential risks. Armed assaults, suicide bombings, targeting attacks on religious centers, and more leave this country on a precarious footing. In 2023, the total population of Turkey amounted to about 86.27 million people. Turkey also has a storied history with the surrounding country of Armenia, accused of genocide and denial of the Armenian genocide. Political tensions between these two countries have only risen, which makes traveling to Turkey a potentially hazardous endeavor as well. Terrorist attacks have occurred in major cities like Istanbul and Ankara, targeting both locals and tourists. Political instability and protests can sometimes turn violent, particularly in the wake of governmental changes or economic issues. Number 2, Romania. Romania unfortunately grapples with significant challenges related to personal safety and security. The prevalence of pickpocketing and fraud casts a shadow on the travel experience, urging travelers to exercise heightened vigilance. Moreover, visitors should remain cautious of potential overcharging by taxi drivers and exercise discretion when patronizing bars and shops. It's important to note that Romania's status as one of the less affluent nations in Europe brings to light additional complexities, including the presence of organized crime networks and corruption. Romania's population has declined steadily in recent decades, from a peak of 23.2 million in 1990 to 19.12 million in 2021. While the country's rich cultural heritage and stunning landscapes are appealing, travelers must be cognizant of the reality that human trafficking poses a grave concern within Romanian borders. As with any destination, thorough research, adherence to local guidelines, and a vigilant attitude can contribute to a safer and more rewarding travel experience in Romania. Number 1, Ukraine. Ukraine has faced significant challenges in recent years, primarily due to ongoing conflicts and political instability. The country has been embroiled in a conflict with Russia since 2014, which has severely affected the eastern regions. The population of Ukraine was 39.7 million in 2023, compared to 45.3 million a decade earlier. As war and political unrest plague the city due to Russia's overtaking, it is imperative to remain vigilant when traveling here. Many refugees are now seeking shelter outside of Ukraine to escape the conflict, and there has been a significant rise in cases of bombings, mass killings, and attacks in the region. The ongoing conflict with Russia in the eastern regions, particularly in Donetsk and Luhansk, poses severe risks. These areas are characterized by military operations, artillery shelling, and unexploded ordnance. Higher rates of street crime and corruption can affect safety in urban areas. Pickpocketing, mugging, and scams are common in major cities like Kyiv and Odessa. Travel advice: avoid conflict zones and regions under military control. Stay informed about the current political situation and follow local advice. Exercise caution in urban areas, especially at night. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching.